Good day, everybody. It is Calxiyn and Hunter here, and it is time for another anti-haul-ish. Like, I don't know, there's a hybrid model on this one because we're looking at two different, sections of the collection today. Like, I wanted to keep the Halloween video positive, so I didn't want to stick, whatever this is, whatever. Oh no, we've been frozen. How long have we just start over? I feel like.
A few minutes later.
Good day, everybody. It is Calxiyn here, and today we are doing a yes or pass and an anti-haul. It's very weird because we're looking at kind of two different collections because I wanted to keep the Halloween one pretty positive. And so they released some Neon and Nora for some reason. They just, they released some Team Funky
and
then Nora.
Who's funky in her own right?
Right, and so let's just talk about this. So the first thing is the Flint shirt. I think it's nice. I like the color choice, I guess, of the shirt matches his tie. You know what I mean? It feels very simple, but the design is still big. And I know it's the Amity Arena art, and people keep telling me that, but I don't think people understood that, personally, I only had a problem with that when it was Team RWBY. And when they kept doing it for multiple things. The Amity Arena art being used for one character like Flint or Roman is not a detracting point inherently. It's if they do it again. It's if they do it multiple times. This is just once, so I think it's fine. And I'm also just glad that, Flint is a character who is not Team RWBY. He now has a shirt.
Good for him.
You know what I mean?
We're
I think
coming
that's
on up
great,
in the world,
right?
Flint.
It's Flint, Roman, Neon, it's good. I think that's great that they're all getting merch, especially because they're minor characters and the Rooster Teeth stores have issues with that, right?
Probably not going to sell out crazy.
But I think that's okay. The people that like them will have them. And honestly, I kind of want them, but I'm saving money for something right now, so I can't, but I would buy them if I could. And yeah, the Neon one is a bit more I don't know if I like the mint color that they use, but it does match her hair.
It's a little busy because the rainbow and the orange of her hair and then the green and then the teal in the
I may have chosen maybe black.
It's a lot.
Maybe, so the rainbow would stick out
better. But also,
better,
I feel like she's not the type of person to wear a lot of black.
Or white, because that would match her hoodie that is in Volume 8. So yeah, I don't know, but maybe a different color. But again, I think it's nice that Neon has merch. I think that's great. With the hoodie, though, okay, let's talk about this. It's just the price for me. It's not that I don't think that it's cute, and I know it's show accurate technically, so it is what it is, I guess, in terms of it, it is accurate to the show. So if I say it's simplistic, people are going to say, but Cal, that's how it looks in the show. That's how it's supposed to look. But it exists in this kind of weird realm, right? Because with the Velvet cosplay hoodie, or the Neo cosplay jacket, or the Penny cosplay jacket, those were regular clothing that were inspired by RWBY characters. Right? And you know what I mean? And so the Neo one, she never wears anything like that, but it has a little ice cream zipper and stuff like that. It's just inspired by her. And so it's a lot less minimalistic because they've taken a lot of the design elements and put them into that hoodie. Or the velvet hoodie if it was actually good and didn't have the same, texture as a dish sponge, you know. So, the velvet hoodie, too, it's one of those things where it's not a cosplay item, and so, it's something that's unique to, the Rooster Teeth store specifically. The thing about this, though, is that people have made this, and I know people have made this because they've cosplayed as Neon.
I've seen it all over the place.
It's one of those things where it's okay, but if other people have made it, how hard can it, you know what I mean? Not to say that all cosplay is easy, but it's definitely possible. It's attainable. Somebody's done it.
Yeah.
And I can't, just looking at it myself and with the limited cosplay and, sewing knowledge I have, the easiest way to do this would be to buy a white crop top or a longer hoodie if you're not into a crop top, right? Yeah. And get those, printable fabric things that you can iron on a shirt. My mom used to do that when we went to Disney all the time. She would print out a little custom family portrait. She would have us have little Disney characters, but it would be me, my mom, and my sister, and little caricatures of us or whatever going to Disney, and you would iron that onto a shirt. So I think that you could possibly do the same thing. The hardest part would be the ears, but you know what those reminds me of? They're things that you wear when you're washing your face. Those ears look the exact same. Those white things that have the little ears on them that you use while you're washing your skin and stuff that come in I don't know, different makeup.
Hairbands?
Yeah, it's a hairband, but it has those ears on it. So I wonder if you could somehow sew that on the inside of this, right? One of those things, and then they would pop out, right? Because it's white fabric, so you would just cut the thing that goes around the back of your head off. You would take that fabric and you would sew it into the top of the thing. So basically what I'm saying is that I feel that you can do this not for $130. I just feel it's too expensive, and I understand that they need to make money to have cool things, but I don't think this is cool enough for the money. You know what I mean? The velvet Bracelet hoodie was cool enough for the money, but it had bad texture on the inside, right? Here's something else that's weird, and this is the one that I think I have the most complaints
made
about.
of, like,
So,
steel?
this is a Nora bracelet, which I think is great, because again, it's not Team RWBY. You know, we love to see
We all
that.
love Nora.
But, like, what size fits most is not a measurement. They should have really put the dimensions of how to measure this for your wrist, because who is most? Right? Because if you guys look, okay, like at my, you know, wrist size or whatever, this is probably not the best way to do this. You guys understand what I mean? I have very small hands and I have very small wrists, right? So what is one size fits most? And you don't even show it on like a person? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't have it
Is it
modeled.
one of those things where it's like you'd be slightly flexible so you can clamp it down on
because
yourself
it says molded stainless steel. So just imagine, okay, you buy this and it doesn't fit you because you have skinny wrists like me. So you go to like an actual jeweler person and you're like, oh, you know, do you need an engagement ring resized? And you just stick this on the table because this is what you need. Like, you know what I mean? So I just feel like that it's a cool idea, but it's kind of weird. You know what I mean?
You're worried about how it'll be, how the execution will be.
Yeah, like, because they don't have a measurement. It would have been so easy to just do the circumference, no?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? To put a measuring tape on the inside and, like, measure what it is around. So I don't know why they did that, and they left it ambiguous at one size fits most. There's also no one wearing it. They don't demonstrate that you can, like, clamp it in or something. So when you have to take this to, like, an actual blacksmith or whatever and get it, like, resized, like, I don't know. That seems a lot of work. And I'm pretty sure, like, you could probably, and again, I'm not saying that this would go any better for you, but I feel like there are people on Etsy that do stuff like this, and they probably would actually make it custom to your wrist. And so this is one of those weird things where I'm like, this is an interesting idea, but like, why this?
It is interesting,
like, you know what I mean?
that
Like,
with
why
these
in
last
this
two
format?
things, they're getting more into like cosplay. So.
Yeah, and I think that's good, but I'm also like, but cosplay is inherently customized to an extent.
Yeah.
And so, like, what am I going to do with this if it doesn't fit? Like, just show it as a decoration? So I just think that, like, I don't know, and I complained about this to them, and they still don't have a model for it. So, they, you know, this came out a while ago, and I added them about that. I was like, there's no model and there's no measurement. So I just think that this is a little sus, basically. I'm not saying it's bad, but I think it's kind of not, like, executed well in terms of advertising it on the website, and I would be concerned with the size thing of it all. So let's talk about this, okay? Because this is what we actually came here for, was the field gear situation and collection. So, is this bad? Like, I don't know if it's bad, but I do think that,
Does it assume that the RWBY fan base is a lot more jocular than I think they might actually be?
But, like, let's look at everything individually.
Hi, Eddie Rivas.
So, like, the problem...
Wait, can we go back for that image for a second? Why does Eddie Rivas look like the no-nonsense, like, new basketball coach going into the rough inner-city school to teach these kids?
Oh my god, like a Disney Channel movie?
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
He looks
oh,
like...
Oh boy, but okay, so here's the thing, right?
He's given that energy right now.
I don't know if these are inherently, like, bad.
It just kind of looks like an Under Armour shirt if Under Armour did, like, a RWBY crossover.
And I just sort of feel like, too, like, I understand that this is, like, in-universe to an extent, but, like,
that looks cool,
it doesn't look explicitly RWBY either, so it just ends up being a little, like, confusing looking, if that makes sense. So we'll go through everything.
Yeah, I bet you someone that wouldn't know. Imagine if you wore that to a gym and then someone was just like, oh, didn't recognize that R. And it was like, oh, is that like a brand I'd never heard of? And you're like,
right. And so that's my thing with these, right? It's kind of strange because they're existing in this weird space of like, oh, but this is like in-universe canon tech gear stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can imagine that this is what people wear, like, in theory, right? But I also think it's weird because why would you wear something for all of Remnant? Like, nobody's representing all of Remnant. They're gonna represent the kingdom that they're from, right? I don't know if you guys remember, but Rooster Teeth already did a concept like this, but better, where they did the different academies. Like, there was the Atlas collection, right, specifically, Haven collection, Beacon collection, and it wasn't necessarily, like, this type of, like, sporty material, right?
It was like stuff that you would buy from, like,
varsity, school merch energy. And so I'm just wondering why they didn't do that, because who the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Who cares about Remnant? And it doesn't look explicitly RWBY either. And so basically where I stand on this, right, is I exercise, right, for school. I dance like 4 times a week, and I wear leggings, okay? These leggings are $70 Canadian. I'm not going to say that the quality is inherently bad.
You could have made a 69 joke, and yet you decided to add that one and break everyone's dreams.
But you know what I mean? So, I'm just sort of thinking about this. Like, from my perspective, I need leggings that are not going to expose my fucking crotch, like, to the world. You know what I mean? Hunter,
yes.
Are you with me?
No, I got you.
Hunter's
Yeah,
just saying
I'm just looking at it. I'm like, what do you mean your crotch though?
No, I mean like that won't split open because
that's
that's
fair.
like or
That's
wear
fair.
down or
Yeah.
like you know when leggings are so see-through that like you can see the person's underwear
yeah.
like and stuff. So I always buy like Lululemon leggings, which are expensive, but Lululemon on sale you can find at $70 Canadian. And so where I'm kind of confused with this is that anybody who actually works out is probably going to go with a reputable sports brand of the same price instead of trusting the questionable quality of the Rooster Teeth store to provide them with leggings that need to guarantee that when they're squatting, they're not going to show your entire ass. Like, you know what I mean? To the public. And so that's what I'm sort of confused about is that, like, Lululemon can get expensive, like $130, right? But, like, why would I buy leggings? The only reason that you buy things, right, should be, I mean, two things, right? Functional or functional and cute. Like, ideally, or sometimes people just buy things because they're cute and they're not very functional, right? So in terms of functional, this is already losing for me because I know that I can get leggings of this price from a better brand that I know, like, has never caused me problems in terms of, like, again, that sort of uncomfortable, like you're in dance class and everybody can see your crotch because you're doing a move and like it's so see-through, like when the material stretches. So with that in mind, the only other thing that I would buy these for is because they're cute, but they're not fucking cute either.
I mean,
right?
what do you really want? Like,
well,
like
those
just
leggings, the Team RWBY leggings. You know what I mean? Like the Team RWBY inspired leggings or like Neo leggings or something.
The piece.
Like, what is
I
this?
don't know. I think if you kind of want the sort of minimalist look, because
Sure,
a lot of the
but,
times
like,
I don't want
you could go to a
leggings.
sports store though and
Guess
get a
so.
minimalist look, right? Nobody, I don't know. Here's, I guess, where nobody is here for this. People want to buy merch because they want it, I think, to look like RWBY. Nobody wants to do this level of RWBY incognito. I understand
know.
minimalism, but like this level of RWBY incognito, you're just ashamed. I don't know why you're buying merch here. You know what I mean? Because like you can get merch at a sports store. Like, do you just want to say that you have Rooster Teeth merch? Is that it? Even though this doesn't like look like Rooster Teeth stuff. And so that's the only thing where I'm like, and this is, why is this more expensive? This is
The red dye?
$76. Why? Is it because of the, what the hell?
Is it the
Am I
dye?
confused?
Like,
They look the same to me.
Yeah, it's the shame.
It's just the material's more expensive. So yeah, maybe these are, maybe these are men's and the others are women's because this says women's fit. Where did it say that? I swear it did. Hold on.
Women's fit in details in Canada.
Yeah, women's fit. No, but this one's women's fit too. What the hell?
They're both being modeled by Barbara.
That's okay. So what? Like, okay,
It's probably
why?
the dye. That's, I mean, if you like that.
Again,
you know.
a hat, like
That
t-shirt.
shirt is so white, I can barely notice
That's our
that
monitor
it's there.
problem if you look over
I
there.
see.
That's because our monitor's breaking, guys. That's why we can't. Again, like the joggers, right? They released joggers before that had like Haven Academy and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know that's not everyone's vibe, but like, what vibe is this? You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, like, as a woman, okay, if I was going to my university and I saw a guy and he was wearing these pants, I wouldn't necessarily inherently find him more attractive for wearing these pants. You know what I mean?
What if he's not doing it for your approval,
Right,
pal?
right. I'm just
What if
saying,
he just likes
I'm
it?
just trying to think
right?
of
And he doesn't want to have to be ogled by you
That's not what I mean. I'm trying
and
to
your
think about.
ways, looking at him like a piece of
I'm
meat.
just thinking
He
about
gets to
why,
be his own person.
I'm thinking about why people buy clothes, right?
Okay.
Because it looks cute to you,
Yes.
or you think it makes you look better, or because
Okay.
there's a functional purpose. I think that most guys would probably trust like their sporting goods store, so functional purpose is out. So the only other reason why you would want to wear this is because you think it looks nice. I'm just saying that as a girl, I don't think that these look very nice. Like, I don't think these are aesthetically appealing. I think that this is also weird. Like this
They're all
one random
patches,
patch.
yeah.
Like, why? I think that these are fine, but they just have words on
How
them.
do they look like on the model with the...
Yeah, like
So
these
they're
are
kind-
whatever.
Yeah, I would like that.
Right?
I would like
think
that.
these are the nicest
I wouldn't like it for
ones.
that price, but I'd like it.
Exactly. So these are just so expensive and it's so nothing. Like, give us nothing, Rooster Teeth store. Like, you know what I mean? It's so nothing.
I kind of like the uphold the peace thing. It has
I mean,
a sort
I guess. Like, this is
It has a
$83.
kind of
Again, like...
weird pseudo-military vibe, but without looking like a weirdo in military
Yeah,
garb.
and so... $83 for this?
I wouldn't, but,
Exactly,
you know.
and so that's what I'm saying. I'm like, who? But who? Why? You know? And it has all 4 kingdoms on it, so I guess this is just what I don't understand, right? Again, let me reiterate the same stuff I did before.
Okay.
If this is supposed to be an in-universe brand, there's just no fucking and their own stuff going on. You know what I mean?
You know what my in-universe headcanon for this is?
Yeah, like, what is this?
Is that for these were sold during the Vital tournament in Vale because Ozpin was like, we're gonna get everyone to like love each other.
But that still makes no sense.
And then they sold miserably.
Oh my god, so now they're here?
Yeah, so
is
now
that what
they're
you're telling
here.
me? So they sold so bad
Yeah,
in
so
Remnant
like
that they're
Ozpin was very like upset.
Yeah.
So that's what Ironwood and Ironwood and Glinda were fighting about
And
the elevator.
So like there's nothing like that looks Ruby enough about this to justify the price. So that's the first thing. Like even the crest. It's very expensive, and I feel like people have sporting stores that they would rather go to if they want to buy stuff like this. And like
that looks weirdly Mercury.
I think that some of these are just like kind of ugly and like not worth the price. Like you know what I mean? Those are fine, but they're just black. Like you know what I mean? How hard can you fuck this up? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying like with this random patch and shit. Like who needs this? All I'm saying is that I feel like that this probably would have been better executed if they actually did it first of all for the Four Kingdoms, right? So let's start with that, because they did that before. Like, why are you? If it wasn't broke, don't fucking fix it. And like the leggings is the same thing. Like, remember how they released the leggings with the weapons on it on the side, and they never restocked those? Like, that's what I want. I don't want this. Who wants this?
I feel like people do want this because people want a drop of Ruby.
But this isn't even a drop. These don't look like Ruby at all. If you took the heads off the models, you would think that this is some generic brand shit. Like,
that's fair. I don't know. I just think
if you wanted to make it Ruby, you could have at least done a rose pattern on the leggings, have her emblem, right? Like you could have done that sort of thing, because there are things that are connected to the girls that don't intrinsically look like that you have an anime character on your ass, right? Like I feel like that there's definitely other stuff that they could have done. So I don't know why. Like, I understand that people like minimalism, but is this minimalism or is this just stupid? I just think that it's stupid. So okay, so that being said, here's how I would fix this, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys remember, but there used to be, or at least there was this one time, these shirts that they were just for Yang for some reason, because I guess nobody else in the show fights, it's just Yang. But it said fight like a girl on it, and it was Yang punching. I don't know why they only did it for Yang. But what they could have done was have workout gear that's inspired by each of the girls individually, and then have some sort of quote or otherwise symbol that relates to the girls, right? So for example, if we were gonna do Penny, okay, this would be green. I'm looking at Hunter's, right? Like this would be green. Maybe this would be an accent of light green or orange or gold because of the gold button that she has. It could have the Penny startup symbol on it, so it's not explicitly you don't know what it is exactly. And it could have said I'm combat ready. I think that's cute, right? You know what I mean? That would have been cute. It doesn't have Penny on it, but it has her startup symbol, right? The little computer thing somewhere on it, and then it has the text at the back or at the front, or who the fuck cares? I don't know, right? And so you could have something like that, the I'm combat ready. And then sort of a similar thing, for the legging situation, you could have, I guess for Weiss, some sort of white to blue gradient. You could have sort of the geometric, Schnee stuff situation. I don't know what exact Weiss quote you would use, because I don't exactly have them all memorized or something, but you could have one that relates.
Big Nicholas?
No, not Big Nicholas, but you could have something that's Weiss-esque on the side of it, do it with grace, something like that. But yeah, and so I'm just saying that I feel like that they could have done something more Ruby with this. I just think that it's just kind of nothing. They seem to have put a lot of effort in it, because there's this whole photo shoot, and there's a bunch of models, and there's this collection has so many fucking clothes, but I'm like, who the fuck cares? I don't care. I just think that it's lame. I don't know. And I think too, not to knock the photography or anything, but I think the red background on their red shirts was a bit of a questionable photography choice, because it kind of
it kind of made the gray stuff look less gray.
But with the leggings on the back, I don't know. You know what I mean? This picture and stuff, people were complaining about that too.
Bad. I mean, it would be difficult if you had color blindness.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I just think that this whole thing is weird, and I don't know why they did it, and I just think that it's strange. But yeah, I think that's basically it from us, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for attending Calxiyn's Royal Court, and we will see you later. Bye!